नित्यं विभुं सर्वगतं सुसूक्ष्मम् अन्तर्बहिः शून्यमनन्यमात्मनः विज्ञाय सम्यक् निजरूपमेतत् पुमान् विपात्मा विरजो विमृत्योः. So hope we have seen this verse, if I am right or not, or just touched. Seen entirely we have seen, correct? Okay. Thank you. And next also Vishoka Anandahan also we have seen it. No. Okay. Fine. So now when we try to look at Nityam Vibhu Sarvagata Susukshma. So when we see this, that Nityam, that which is eternal. So why it is eternal? Because it is not the Chidbhasa, it is not the reflection on the reflecting medium. Like the sun that is reflected on the water, definitely that reflected sun cannot be eternal. It completely depends upon the reflecting medium called here as water. So that's why here eternal, because I am not reflecting medium or I am not Chidbhasa. So that's why. Then this word Vibhum and Sarvagatam is almost both are one and same. So Vibhum is called all pervading and Sarvagatam is omnipresent, they write. Sarvagatam actually that which is everywhere. See, this is what, when they translate sometimes technically they make mistake, okay? Whatever book you have got, I am holding the same one. So Vibhum, that which is all pervading. Sarvagatam also, that which is all pervading. Okay? That which is everywhere, Sarvagatam. So now it looks that there is a repetition. Even though in Shastra repetition is allowed, in Atma Jnana, in Upanishad, in Vedantic teaching, repetition is allowed, it is not dosha. But it cannot be just like that, one after another, okay? At least one verse or at least one line after, okay? It's just one word after another word. It's not acceptable. So that we call, technically called Punarabrutti dosha. Because I am trying to think of sometime, let me see, if I can manage to, combine this word and give the meanings. Punarabrutti dosha. Dosha means defect. So defect of repetition. So technically this word Vibhum and Sarvagatam coming together will come under Punarabrutti dosha. That effect that is being repeated because Vibhum is communicated. Why again to bring Sarvagatam? That means maybe Shankaracharya did not find the word. So that's why he wanted to make it like, when they write lyric. Nothing when comes, something they write it, okay? So, or else they stretch, you understand? And of course in English lyric, don't ask me how they do, what they do it, okay? So each language has got its own flavor. So maybe this is how Adi Shankaracharya did it. If we look at, maybe he did not find the word, so he added something. No, not like that. Actually, technically, there is a difference between Sarvagatam and Vibhum. So what is that? The Vibhum word says, Vividham bhavati, vividham bhati iti Vibhum. So the word itself explains, this is called the beauty in Sanskrit, beauty in understanding the scripture in depth. So Vividham bhati, Vividham bhavati, vividham bhati, or both you can take it. So vividam bhavati means it becomes different. It becomes many. And also vividam bhati, also it shines there. Like the example we can give the gold. So the gold becomes many, becomes different. So first it becomes vividam bhavati. Then vividam bhati also there, as inherent, gold is inherent in every ornament, being inherent shines. Can you see this point? So vividam bhavati becomes many, being inherent in ornament, it starts shining, it shines. That is called vibhu. So that means, remember, that which is all pervasive, everywhere, need not be inherent, technically sometimes. So to highlight that vibhu means sarva karanamiti, the karana aspect. Karana means cause, okay? Upadana karanam iti. So the upadana karanam means the material cause. Because some of you are looking at when I say upadana karanam, what Swami is talking, okay? So upadana karanam means the material cause. So to highlight the material cause of the universe, the word vibhu is being talked. Can you see this point? So that's why vibhu is upadana karanam. And sarvagatam, that's why is being taught that which is omnipresent. Susukshma, supremely subtle, because if you look at these three bodies, starting from stula sarira, sukshma sarira and karana sarira, gradually they are subtler. The sukshma sarira, subtle body, definitely is subtle than gross body called stula sarira. And karana sariram, the causal body, definitely being the cause of both, has to be more subtler. Now the Atma has to be much more subtler. So that's why it is being highlighted, because it is, let us say, more than these three bodies, or in whose presence all the three bodies exist. That's why it is called Sushukshmam. Antarvahi Shunyam. So there is nothing inside, there is Sunya means nothing. You can say there is nothing inside, there is nothing outside. Means within, without. Well, the translation word without interior or exterior. So that means what? So some decoration has to be done. Huh? So I know only interior and exterior decoration, nothing else. Okay. So sometimes this translation, when they do, they don't look at just put something or other and go ahead. You understand? I hope you are getting the same book, if I am right. So your also translation says the same thing, without interior and exterior. Okay, fantastic. So okay, do some decoration, okay. However, so within and without. And of course, this ananyam atmanah vijnaya. So the one here, this self, who is known, and who is that Puman, the person, recognizes, understands how samyak, fully, very well, as its own nature, nija rupam. Only that person becomes vipatma vimurtyu virajaha iti. That person becomes free from all sort of blemish, free from all sort of papas, and free from death. While talking, again same thing goes. So this Puman Vijnaya continues, that we have to take it, because this was continuation. Okay, good. Vishoka Ananda Ghano Vipaschete. Soyam Kutaschinna Vibheti Kaschite. Nanyosti Pantha Bhavavandha Mukte. Bina Swatattva Vagamam Mumuksho. Now, when we try to look at this, the person becomes Bishwakaha. So, free from any sort of grief, any sort of pain. And of course, there is no fear at all. In fact, you know this. There is a prayer. Hey Sambho, I have to recollect the prayer. That is called Anayasa Marana Dainya Hina Jivana. There is one particular verse comes. I'll recollect and let you know on it sometimes. Hey Sambho. So the prayer comes. O Sambho, O Lord Shiva, please give me Anayasena Marana. Without any problem, means without any effort. Effortless death means when I am sleeping, eating and sleeping, I should die. So that there will be no fear at all. When I get up, that is problem of others, not mine. And what sort of jivana I want? This is called maranam, all about death, okay? People are very smart. How they bargain with the God, okay? Poor God doesn't have anything to do with it. So what sort of jivana I want? Dainya. So Dina means Daridra. So how? Daridra. Daridra means poor, okay? So Dainya means poverty. So let me have a life free from poverty, both externally and internally. So thinking of poverty should not be there. Poor thinking. Also external poverty should not be there. So while I am alive, no poverty. Can you see how smart? Oh God, this much I expect, nothing else, okay? When I am alive, no external poverty, no internal poverty. Because sometimes external poverty is better than internal poverty. And sometimes also other way around. You know, external poverty is there, but internal you are rich. Then all the time you start scratching yourself, what to do, what not to do, you understand? So all your body, mind, everything will keep scratching. Because I want to do something, but I cannot do it. But this person, I think, hey, somehow, I don't know where I have heard this, very nice, really, in fact that verse when I went through, I enjoyed that, okay? I said, wow. But problem is, I am not acquainted with all these things. I think I should keep all these things. When I come this sort of verse, I should keep, and maybe the problem is you people every day will do, hey Sambho, please do me this favor, okay? However, it's very nice. So here he says that Bishoka, free from grief, and Ananda Ghanaha. So Ananda Ghanaha, like if we look at this concept which is being talked in Taittiriya Upanishad, Raso Vaisaha. And when he says Raso Vaisa, Anandi Bhavati, this is the word comes there. So that means the person is the embodiment of happiness. So the person who understands one's own self is embodiment of happiness, not mass of bliss, okay? So because sometimes I feel like, problem is I really sometimes wish, somebody can be with me, like take the verse, same verse we can take, type it and everything, change the translation part, correct, not change, wherever to be improved, better the word, improve the translation, which will be really great service. That is how to be done, nothing else. See, there is nothing new, there is nothing secret. Everything is available. See, like why we give so much credit to Pujya Swamiji regarding this. Generally, Pujya Swamiji was a person, he had never used unnecessary words. Whenever he gives a translation, he was very careful while giving a translation. You might have observed him in his talks and other things. If he cannot give the translation, first he will go to Sanskrit. Through the Sanskrit he will explain, then only he will give the translation. So once he makes you to understand the word, then after that Once or twice or once in a while you will try to give the reference. Then after that you will keep holding that Sanskrit word itself. And which is healthier than this sort of translation sometimes. Because it really leads to what is this mass of bliss. So that means what you understand. So like how the mass of people, so there is a mass of bliss. So you look for, search for it, okay? I'm sorry, okay? And interestingly, that's what it says. Kutaschit, swayam kutaschit na vibhetiti. So the person is not afraid of anything, anybody, but hidingly prays, oh Lord, when I die, anayasa maranam. You understand? And when I am alive, what should be there? No dainya bhavam in me at all. What a beautiful way of looking at it. Hey, look, a Gyani doesn't ask this for thing, okay? Whether you fall on the road or whatever happens, prarabdha has to go through, you have to go through. Allow it to go through without, creating any nuisance. And even if the nuisance happens, you accept that as a prarabdha. That is the maturity. Whatever happens, even if nuisance happens, yes, that is also part of prarabdha. How and why? Please understand one beautiful concept I can say. This, because always when I look at the best example of a wise person is when you look at the Krishna. Krishna would be the ideal, example of wisdom and wise. Wisdom and of course wise person. Represents wise person. Even though he was a God, that's why he is Acharya, Gita Acharya. I don't believe in Gita, this Lord Krishna as, Gopi Vallabha. Or Radha Krishna, okay, Radha Priya. I don't believe in that sort of concept, I'm sorry. I love that him as Gita Acharya. So Acharya of Gita. This is my problem, okay? This is how we look at as a teacher of Bhagavad Gita and of course Lord. Looking at his life, you can see the beautiful concept. How he looks at the situation and how he looked at situation. Knowing everything. One of the case already I have discussed, I think, with you all. He knew very well that his own nephew and own student, who was, literally brought up by him, called Abhimanyu, is going to be killed. From the beginning he knew. In fact, he could have taught him, but did he teach him? Everything he taught except one aspect, that he can enter into the Chakravyuha, but there is a particular way of forming all these armies, okay, Vyuha. So that means he knew that how to enter. Krishna knew that, okay, he cannot come out, but he did not teach. He taught many things, but except this. And interesting, the day he died, that day Krishna was not there. In fact, Krishna and Arjuna had to run away to protect kingdom of Virata. There was some other trick. So he allowed it to happen. Forget about that. This is called about nephew. Okay, I understand. Okay, nephew, no problem. And that to the sister's son, no problem. I don't have any issue. Okay? About himself. When he got cursed, this is called law. He cursed many people. He has not only cursed, also crushed. Okay, both way. Okay, crushed. Cursed, crushed. Everything he has done it. Okay, he has not left anything. Now towards the end, when he got the curse from Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana. And what was the curse? I hope some of you know this curse or not. The curse was, as you destroyed my family completely, so also your family will be destroyed. Imagine. And not only it will be destroyed, it will be your kingdom, the empire, everything that you have established, that also will be submerged, will not be, not submerged, it will not be visible. And your life will end helplessly in a lonely place. This was the curse of Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana. See, Lord could have changed, being Lord, because he had that power. When he could protect Parikshit, the grandson of Arjuna, in the womb, let us not forget. And that took from Brahmastra, because as per the rule, once Brahmastra, the ultimate weapon, is being used, nothing can be done. Over. And Ashwatthama had used Brahmastra for Parikshita when he was in womb. And of course later on, Krishna with his power could revive back. And that is how the Parikshita, his name was Parikshita. Long before he was born, he went through the examination. You can understand, test. That's why he's called Pariksha. From Pariksha, he became Parikshit. The name itself explained. So the person who could, save from the Brahmastra, who could face Brahmastra, this thing, he could have changed it. No. This is called man of wisdom. Can you see this point? The prarabdha that is going to be unfolded, one must allow to unfold. The beauty is, okay, when there is confusion, when there is prarabdha, purushartha, whatever purushartha are the things, that's why the example of Krishna you can look at. He has never failed, he has never stopped putting effort. Have you ever seen? Till his end of his life. He has never stopped putting effort. Including even if he knew, just example sake I am trying to tell you. This comes in Bhagavatam later on. Even if he knew that he is going to kill, all his family members are going to kill, everything will happen. Now what happens? All his children had a fun. This is what the Bhagavatam starts. What they did, they put, once they dressed one of the child as a lady, putting one iron bar inside, something like that. Now they wanted to have a fun. That, if, when the rishis are coming, look, this person is pregnant. Will you please tell me whether this will be born as a child, male child or female child? Because they wanted to just have fun. And never make this fun with the rishis. Okay, of course rishi, I think Durvasa was there. And as usual, and so many other were there. So then the curse came. Do you know what? Look, you people are doing all these things. Now, inside there is iron, will fall down. And remember, that will be the cause of the destruction of your family. And then what happened is, when this iron bar was being taken and was rubbed to make sure that nothing will leave behind, so that there is no iota of death. And interestingly, the particles of this iron bar became a jungle. And the last portion, because little bit last portion was there, because rubbing, last portion, the person got fed up, okay, left it, threw it. One fish swallowed it. Finally, it went to a person, so who was a hunter, and he made it as the arrow, top of the arrow. And with that, Lord Krishna was killed. So it's a very amazing thing to observe. So even though Lord Krishna knew every step, neither he stopped working, nor he tried to avoid prarabdha. Can you see this point? It's a very thin line. That is something to be learned. So that is what is being Na vibheti kaschit, na anya astit. So in your life, I don't have to, this is what I have to tell myself. I don't have to run away from anybody. I don't have to be afraid of anybody. At the same time, what is to be done, let me keep doing. Let me not compromise in my approach. That's why if you want sometimes inspiration, that is called Gita Acharya Krishna. But don't look at it, young boy, teenager Krishna, okay, please. Don't make him as your inspiration, God's sake, okay. So if you make this teenager Krishna as your inspiration, that's a disaster in your personal life, okay. In fact, we have a saying, hey, this fellow has got Krishna Kala. In a wrong way, okay. However, coming back to the point, that's why he says, only that person becomes what? Na anya asti pantha bhavabandha muktehe vina. Okay, there is no other approach, other means. For what? Bhavabandha muktehe, for the liberation of what? The bondage of the samsara. And what is that? Except without, what is that? Swatattva avagamam. Without understanding avagam, avagam is knowing, understanding. Swatattva, truth of one's own self. So that means there is no other path, there is no other means. When they say, every religion leads to the same goal, what about it? He says there is no. So every religion leads to the same goal. The big Indian fellow Swamiji's talk, all these things, okay? This is called, shows their sense of inadequacy, sense of insecurity. I'm sorry to say, any Swami talks that every goal leads to the same, every path leads to the same goal. Shows very clearly that how insecure they are, how inadequate they are, how ignorant they are, anyone. Sometimes ignorantly they talk. Sometimes they know, but there is no words to express, that's why inadequacy. They don't have means of knowledge. Let us say like giving benefit of doubt to Buddha. Let us say Buddha after meditation, giving benefit of doubt. He realized, here you can use the word realized, okay? Nothing wrong with it. So he realized. But after realization, when people asked him, what is God? Giving benefit of doubt to him, we can say, he was inadequate with words. He could not explain. He kept quiet. Then the followers of Buddha interpreted what? Buddha says, there is no God. And of course, later on what they did? They destroyed all the gods of Hinduism. Like how any other religion does. They destroyed. What ISIS has done, what Muslims have done, Buddhism has done worse. Then later on what they did? They made Buddha as God. Now present day, hey, Buddha is avatar. Buddha is a part of religion. Can you believe it? We consider Buddha as avatar. I don't want to bring anybody anything. Please don't misunderstand me. After a few years already in Tamil Nadu already started. Now Jesus is avatar. They are doing Abhishekam with Jesus statue. He has got 5 faces like Shiva. You cannot think of what is going on. On Navaratri day, Maria is being dressed. Mother Mary is being dressed as a different day, different deity, different way. So just to create confusion that there is no difference, you understand? And slowly it will go away, I am sure. Nothing wrong, I am not critical about that. And what I am highlighting here is, So when a person says, this is the point I brought, that all paths leads to the same goal, either the person is ignorant, makes no difference whichever Swami he may be or she may be, either because of ignorance, because of inadequacy. Some person is not able to, maybe knows, let us give benefit of doubt, but the person does not know how to explain. Third one, even though person knows to explain, there is insecurity. Why? Because his devotees are from different religion. Money will go away, everything will go away. You understand? I have seen many Swamis do that. We have to take care of that. In fact, when I was talking long back, not nowadays, somebody said, Swamiji, you are very critical. What is this wrong with you? You are very critical of these Muslims and all these things and Christianity, all the religion. I said, because I don't have much donation from there. Suppose if I get huge donation, don't worry, I'll also sort my mouth. I'm sorry, coming back, joke apart. So here I would like to say, because of that reason I am stretching today, that all religion, this is a fundamental principle, all religion never leads to the same goal. But all religion are helpful for Chitta Shuddhi. Nothing wrong in it. All religion definitely are helpful for Chitta Shuddhi, for the purification of mind. That's why long back we have used this word. A Vedantin has to be a religious person. Unless you are a religious person, it's really Vedanta doesn't work. Because if there is no Ishvara, whichever way you look at Ishvara, that's why your concept of Ishvara will be destroyed by Vedanta, again re-established. So when you are a religious person, then only it becomes easier for you to manage your raga dvesha. Can you see this point? So that's why here is being highlighted. Look, all religion does not lead to the same goal. All religion only helpful for what? For a Chitta Shuddhi. But remember, moksha is only one way to understand, only by understanding one's own self. Not following anything. Following anything and everything is useful for a Chitta Shuddhi. Can you see this point? This one has to be very clear, or else everything is a disaster. Either you will be critical of religion, or you will be blind to a religion. Can you see this point? Both are unhealthy. Me becoming blind to a religion as unhealthy as I am critical to any religion. Let me, if anybody says, yes, my religion is very good. Yes, definitely is good for your Chitta Shuddhi. For your purification mind. Okay, you don't want to understand purification mind, at least to slow down, to bring down, to calm down your likes and dislikes. But if you develop likes and dislikes through the religion, I'll say, hey, sorry, your approach towards your religion, I think, is unhealthy. So that's why, without understanding one's own self, there is no other means to be liberated. In fact, to be liberated, only one means, that is called knowing one's own self. That's why, especially when Swami Vivekananda, this is the confusion started by Swami Vivekananda, that there are 4 paths. So you can approach any path, like a temple. Example, also later on came. So like how a temple has got 4 entrances, depends upon where you are. Suppose if you are eastern side, not that everybody has to approach east. Generally, all the temple people approach from the east. Not necessarily. If you happens to be in western side, you can approach through west. If you happens to be northern side, approach through northern or southern. Whichever way you are, based on that, you have to approach that entrance to see the God. So also, there are 4 vertical. You know that, okay? Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, then what are the one? Hatha Yoga, if I am right, huh? So, all those who are body oriented, Hatha Yoga. So, break your head, because it depends on where you stand. For intellectuals, Raja Yoga. For gross people, Karma Yoga. For emotionals, you have to change, okay? Bhakti Yoga. So wherever you are, you approach. Fantastic, good example. Remember, you can take the gate, any entrance to go to the God. Up to going to the God's place called Sanctum Sanctorium, what we call as Garbhagruha. All these gates are useful, no doubt in it. All the entrances are useful. But once you reach Sanctum Sanctorium, once there is God, how to see God? What is your purpose? Is your purpose to go to Sanctum Sanctorium or to see God? What is your purpose? If your purpose is to go to Sanctum Sanctorium, then perfect, there are 4 paths. You can add another 10. Kundalini Yoga, this yoga, that yoga, Tantra Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Visada Yoga, you can add also, okay? Any number of yoga you can add. Visada means frustration, okay? Arjuna Visada Yoga, first chapter, okay? Depression Yoga. I tell you, if we start a class on depression yoga, there will be more people. Because people love listening. What is this? Maybe he is going to help us to come out of the depression, okay? However, coming back. So you can keep adding it, because if the target, the aim is to be in the Sanctum Sanctorium. But that's not our target. What is our target? Target is to see God. Now tell me, to see God, what we need to do? We need to use our eyes to see the God. Can you see this point? The means of knowledge is called here eye, to see the God. After going there, you choose to close your eyes. I have taken the path, so now I am perfect. I see the God. Will it be possible? Hey, you need to keep your eyes open, see the God, then after that you close your eyes to bring that God in your mind. That's another thing that happens. You see the God, you visualize it very nicely. After visualizing, you close it, to bring with you internally. So internalizing the God, that time you get closed, eyes get closed. That's another step. But if you keep your eyes closed all the time, can you see the God? So that means to see the God, you need to use the means of knowledge called eyes. So also to understand yourself, we need to use the means of knowledge called Shastra. There is no other choice. All the religious practices are fantastic to take you up to Garbhagruham. Here Garbhagruham is for the preparedness of the mind, for the availability of the mind. Once the mind is prepared, once the mind is available, teaching will take care. Can you see this point? This has to be very clear in all of your mind, or else it's a disaster. It doesn't work. Why people get dropped from Vedanta? Because of lack of this understanding. I have seen many people, they get dropped only because of this lack of this point to understand. They don't understand this at all. So that's why, what is to say? Understanding one's own self. So the more I look at how to understand, of course only Shastra is there. And who is that person? The person is a mumukshu. This is what we very clearly we have to understand. Person is not a arthi, not even artharthi. Because if the person is arthi, arthi means the one who is in distress. Definitely, he will not able to understand. And of course, the person neither is artharthi. looks for security, looks for relief, looks for comfort. Definitely that person's approach will be entirely different. But here the person is what? Who is a mumukshu. The one who is a desires of liberation. That's why in the morning class I was highlighting. What is your priority? The priority decides your way of thinking and functioning. What is your priority? The priority becomes the key factor of your process of thinking and way of living. Can you see this point? But unfortunately, we do not fix our priority, but we want to fix our way of thinking and way of living. So whole world is busy improving way of thinking and living. Can you see this point? So when we are working to improve our way of living, then priority keeps fluctuating. No, actually priority remains same, no doubt. So it keeps, oscillating. That's a better word, okay? Not fluctuating, oscillating. That's a better word, okay? And that is what is our life. Let us not get into too much, okay? Let us read the next verse, or else I will get stuck. Because I was thinking few verses to go, I really got stuck today. Brahma bhinatva vijnanam bhavamokshasya karanam ena dvitiyam anandam Brahma sampadyate budhai. So, bhava mokshasya karanam. So, karanam means the cause. So, what is the cause of bhava moksha? Bhava moksha means liberation, getting liberation from the samsara, from the bondage of samsara. Not samsara, okay? From the bondage of samsara. We have to be very careful using the words, okay? Samsara means what? Not Tamil samsara, okay? Every time I have highlighted. So samsara means the sense of becoming. Hey, do you people know what is in Tamil, what is samsara called? So, do you know, especially Italians? In Tamil, then you will not understand the joke. I have been telling many times. In Tamil, samsara means wife. So every man wants to be free from samsara. This is a very code word, okay? So I want to be free from, they will not say my wife. Samsara, then what I'm studying scripture, okay? That's why we have to remind you again and again, hey look, don't look for, I'm telling all of you, okay? Never work to become free from your wife, okay? It does not work. It will not work, okay? I can tell you 10 times. And if it works by chance, okay, if it works, don't worry, next life. Nobody can escape. I'm not telling you jokes. And if you manage to escape, say next life, don't worry, next life. That I don't know whether you will become wife, she will become husband or not. That's a different thing altogether. Sometimes it happens, okay? But you have to put up with him if she becomes him. So you have to put up with him or her, okay? So better manage. So okay, here is not point to becoming free from wife, okay? Sense of becoming. Samsara means sense of becoming. Sense of changing. All the time there is fear. So that means that is the cause of the liberation from the bondage of the sense of becoming. And what is that? Brahma Abhinatva Vijnanaviti. Brahma Abhinatva Vijnanam, knowing, understanding that what? Brahma Abhinatva, the identity between me and Brahman are one and same. So my identity, or there is no difference between Abhinatvam, there is no difference. Bhinna means difference. There is no difference between me and Brahman. Only that will release. That is the cause of what? Liberation from the bondage of the samsara, sense of becoming. And of course, how it happens? By understanding this. Adityam Anandam Sampadyate. And what is that? That Brahman, by whom? Buddhi, wise people, by these wise people, what happens? Adityam Anandam iti. So the Anandam, so that means the happiness which is without second. That means there is no second thing exist, and a person attains. Sampadyate is being attained by a wise person, is being gained by by the wise person. So that means it's very clear. The more I understand me, the more I am happier. And the more I try to understand others, the more I am unhappy. Can you see this point? The more I am happy, understand myself, the more I am happier. The more I try to understand others, the more I become unhappy. That's why I'm not telling jokes. It's a very wrong remark, but just casually, this is my favorite topic. Why the psychologists are more unhappy in their personal life? All the psychologists, psychotherapists, all the psycho-related people. Why? Because their focus is more to know others for their career, for their survival, for their many things. They don't put that much effort to know themselves or improve themselves. There are few, they do it. And those who do it, they are different, they are great. But most of the time, they spend time to know others, to keep the database, to understand, to analyze it, to map. You understand how they do it? Like a lot of issues, If you talk like this, that means that. So all the time they work with the analytical way. And they are called psychoanalysts. So, because they are more miserable in their personal life. Impossible, because when you try to know more and more others without looking at yourself, what will happen? It's a disaster. And interesting, when you know yourself, you know equally others. You don't have to really study psychology. Because when you know yourself, if you know your mind, the person who is in front of you, just seeing the person, you can read the person. It works. That is how it works, life. The sadhus, they didn't study psychology. The one who is the founder of psychology, father of psychology, did not study psychology. This logic I will bring it here, okay? Definitely that person had some insight. Because of that insight he could. So it's better to develop the insight. How? Let us read next verse and we'll stop it. Okay, just read and stop it, no more. Brahma bhutastu sanshrutte vidvana vartate punah vigyatavyamataha samyaga brahma bhinnatvam atmanah. So this we will see in details. on Monday. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.